It all started last year when I first saw the announcement for Battlefield 6 that I got hyped for the franchise once more. After the release of Battlefield 2042, when 2042 released back in the day, I thought like any other that it was going to be a great game. And oh boy, oh boy, I was wrong. Thankfully, I bought the game a week after and not on release date. To some extent, I enjoyed it. There were a few things I didn't like, and one of them was the introduction of specialists. I didn't like to see a whole army of the same character running around the map like it was nothing, like clone warfare to say the least. The over-the-top big maps are great in the battlefield, but there's a sweet spot, and there's a thing that I like with the Battlefield series is that it gives variety to its players, letting them play and experience maps from all sizes and flavors. But the selling point of this franchise, in my opinion, is the sandbox feel and those only in Battlefield moments only this game can offer. The gun variety, the map variety, and for me, I am some sort of camo enthusiast. So if you give me a good looking camo, I'm sold, be it for my soldier or a gun skin. If you give me UCP or Marpath, I'm sold. I'm not too much into flashy camos. I like to stick to something more grounded. I can to some extent tolerate a flashy skin now and then, but when it's all over the place, that makes me uh, that makes the game lost its immersion. That is when I have a problem, and that is when I think most multiplayer shooters should give the player the option to turn off all of those flashy skins. At least for me, that would be a good selling point for the new era of with this type game monetization. To some extent, I got bored with Battlefield 2042 since I feel like there was no much incentive to play the game anymore. The formula was okay, meh, meh at the most, or maybe it was just that I didn't feel nor hit like those good old Battlefield days, so I skipped it completely mid the first season. So time passed and Battlefield 6 got announced, and I was back again hyped for this franchise even before the game came out. I participated in the beta, and I really ended up liking to where this game was going. The gunplay felt right. The movement felt awesome. There was no more specialists, only soldiers running around in uniform and modern tactical gear. The maps, at least the ones that were shown in the beta, gave a good sense of to what the big scale maps and the smaller ones were going to play. The vehicles felt a bit awkward, but I'm not a vehicle player. I for most of the time I only play infantry, but yeah, sometimes I play vehicles, but not as much. So last year Battlefield 6 came out, and there was issues like any other launch, but everything went out right. Everyone was enjoying the game for the first week, and I remember having issues logging into the game because the servers were flooded with people trying to get into play. Since Battlefield became so popular in a couple of weeks that everyone and the gaming community was pricing it left and right. But for me, the game started to show its cracks the first time, sorry, I booted it up. The gameplay didn't feel like the game I tried in the beta. It was like I was playing a different build of the game. It didn't feel as rewarding or fun. But for me, I started to see from day one that people were not behaving like a Battlefield player would. Yeah, the series has its typical stereotypes of frustrating players, but sometimes something feel odd. All I could see were people abusing the movement system like they were playing COD. No one revived, although most everyone picked support. You could be lying there on the ground, bleeding next to a medic, and no one will revive you. Every scout player was in the outskirts of the map, trying to hit long range shots instead of trying to help out the team to locate enemies and give out info and guard objectives. The engineers were very rarely fixing and destroying vehicles. They were running and gunning with their SMGs and using their rockets to blow up enemy soldiers instead of vehicles. So that is when it hit me. I went into social media and it was really clear to me. We were having COD players migrating to Battlefield, so everything made more sense now. There's nothing wrong with liking COD, but both franchises have different playstyles, and with COD players started to migrate to Battlefield 6, they made the game feel so different. And not only that, so many of the maps of launch were too small to be considered Battlefield maps. It's not only me; those were real things happening back last year. I have nothing against the CAD community, but Battlefield became something it's not to accommodate a new audience, and in that process, they alienated their most of their loyal followers, and one of them who felt betrayed was me. So I gave up entirely mid first season with this game as well, and now I have two Battlefield games sitting on my digital shelves collecting digital dust. um, a year later, and that is a couple of days ago, I decided to give Battlefield 6 a go again. But before I got into the game, I looked into social media to find out that the game was in its first season and that there were new maps to play, and some of them were decent size to be considered proper Battlefield maps again. So I installed the game once more, and back into the Battlefield I went. Want to know what my experience was with this game? Well, it was meh again, but don't get it wrong. Now there's fewer players, and most of them play the game like it should. Well, most of the time. There's still some frustrating moments still here and there, but the experience is better now with the newer maps, and now I get back to life more times before now. Now that the medics finally learn how to play the role. So for so far, the new maps feel somewhat good. The new Reimagined Goldmore Railway feels good and weird at the same time. Weird in a way that the map feels big, but not as big as the Battlefield 4 version. The Operation Firestorm also feels the same way to some extent. They play differently on their own way compared to their old counterparts. There's new weapons to try out and enable vehicles, a new battle pass, tons of weapons and soldier skins to choose from. Some are paid and others are free through gameplay progression. For me, this comeback to the series has left me with a good taste in my mouth. So far, I like what I see, and I plan to stay a bit longer to see what will happen with the series. I'm not sure if I'm going to buy the season battle pass yet. I'm still making my decision. So far, there are some soldier skins that I really like that stay somewhat grounded. That for some reason remind me of that game called World War 3. That I haven't played because I don't have a PC and I still don't know if the game is still running. But for the footage I've seen on YouTube, the game has some great soldier skins that to some extent keep it and that close real life soldier in more times that a soldier will use. I like when shooters do that. That is one of the reasons I fell in love with this franchise. I love how it sells you that close to war milsim that COD at the time simply could not offer. All in all, should you go back to Battlefield 6 after taking a break like me? My answer is yes. Give it a go and see if it's for you. but please get it on sale or in a discount at the most. If you can get a used physical copy, that's the better option for you, because I think it's good, but not as good that you should be spending $60 to $80 for this game. For me, it just scratches that Battlefield itch I've been feeling for a time now, and that I've been craving for a multiplayer shooter. It's sad to say this, but from a perspective from someone who likes the franchise, but Battlefield for me is a dying one. I'm not sure if they can pull it again with the next release, but I hope they do, because at the end of the day, I would like to see one of my favorite games to succeed. My name is Jaco, and I'm here to tell you to remember to play games that you like and treasure those moments. Battlefield is a franchise that for sure gave me great moments and some of my greatest memories during my teenage years, but for now, they will just stay like that. Treasure your gaming moments, because you might never know if they will ever come back, especially to where the gaming market is heading to. Okay? Remember to like and subscribe, and I hope to catch you in the next video. Bye bye.